Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode, or shall I say, debut episode of the Snapdragon podcast. I'm your host, HauntedBoo, and joined alongside my co-host is
I'm fatherless.
Fatherless. The name is self-explanatory.
Yeah, it is.
Don't worry, we're in the same boat.
Yeah. Oh,
Pain, pain. All I know is pain.
all is good.
But pretty much this podcast is gonna be me and him talking about our love for professional wrestling, and how I guess pretty
And
much
our hate.
and our hate. Yeah, I pretty much got back into it. Let's see, a year and a half, 2 years ago with NWA Power, and I've been hooked on professional wrestling ever since. So yeah,
Never went away from me, and then they broke the streak, and then I just wanted to never watch again.
you just wanted to commit the dead.
Yeah, to commit the dead. Yeah,
We're kidding
pretty
YouTube.
much.
We're kidding YouTube.
Mm.
It's a joke, I promise. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, pretty much. I got back into it with NWA Power because I stopped watching. All I watched was like WWE, and I was like, "Dang, this is childish. I'm not a child anymore. I'm a teenager."
Yep.
And then my friend George was like, "Hey, you need to check out NWA Power. It's really good." And he's like, "It's literally old school wrestling." He's like, "It's NWA. That's back." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And I started watching it, and I was hooked. And then Tony Khan, Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks, and Kenny Omega decided to drop a bomb on the wrestling industry and debuted
Yep.
AEW.
Crazy.
Bro, my life's been pretty great ever since. I love it. AEW is
Oddly
so
enough,
good.
I got back into wrestling because of the Shield.
Really?
Yeah.
The
My
Shield?
friends were talking about it, and they were like they were fighting over who was their favorite, and one of them was saying like they like Dean Ambrose more, and one of them was saying they like Seth Rollins more, and I had no idea what they were talking about, and then they said, "Oh, they're talking about wrestling," and I was like, "I've never heard of any of those guys." And they're like, "You got to go watch it again," because they didn't know I was a fan before, and we started playing WWE 2K like 14 or 15,
Oh,
and
if
that's
it
what
was
got me back
14,
into it.
that was like the best one.
Oh, 14 was
See,
amazing.
I remember playing the games at my friend's house. His older brother had 2K13. Was 13 the one with CM Punk on the cover?
It was 13 or 12.
One of the two. I swear it was 13 because I thought like the guy looked super sick. I just remember playing the game, and that was like my last dive into wrestling before like a year and a half ago. I'm ashamed to say that, but I love it now.
Punk was the cover of 13.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so it was Punk. Okay. But yeah, because I remember we played it at like his birthday party, and we're just like, "How do you play this game?" He was like, "I don't know. My brother plays it." And we're like, "All right, cool." And we just would get on top of ladders and jump off and see who broke an arm first, pretty much.
Yeah,
That's pretty much all we did. Then we got
finisher
bored.
fest,
But
infinite finishers.
oh yeah, yeah. Infinite finishers were always good, and we really like seeing all the bugs in the game, like how we could break the game.
Oh, they were hilarious. That's what made it.
That's why I bought 2K20. That's
Oh,
legitimately the only reason why I bought it. It's because of that. Also, my AC just turned on. If you hear a little background noise, it might. I probably fix it with it post editing.
I don't hear
But
anything honestly.
yeah, if it happens, it'll probably be
You're all
gone.
good.
If not, then I apologize. But yeah, pretty much all I really watch is AEW, New Japan, and sometimes Impact. I've been more
Yep.
into Impact with the AEW Invasion angle. Although I did watch the recent Slammiversary, which is really good. It was like my introduction back into Impact. It was good.
Yep. And we
Slammiversary
kind
was
of
good.
watch WWE pay-per-views
Oh
sometimes.
yeah, that's pretty much all we really watch now for
Yeah.
WWE. It's the pay per
I
views. Like,
I can't tell you the last Raw or SmackDown that I actually sat through.
I watch SmackDown at work because they always have the TVs on Fox because sports, and
Yeah.
obviously SmackDown is on Fox, so I
Yeah.
get to watch SmackDown until my boss makes me change the TV, and I'm really upset. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I catch a little bit of SmackDown here and there, and I enjoy sometimes what I see. There's other things I really don't see. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Otis. I've never have
Oh
been. I
no, he's
tried to
terrible.
like him, but then I made the connection to him being like a wannabe WWE Chris Farley, and
Yeah.
it ruined it for me ever since then. But yeah, I'm glad he doesn't have the briefcase anymore. I'm glad The Miz has it. Hopefully, they do something with him before he retires.
Every time I think WWE is going to do something good, they go and post something on their Instagram saying that the Lucha House Party is legit lit.
Oh gosh. Okay, at the time recording this, it's currently January 20th, Wednesday night. We just off the hype of AEW Good episode.
Great episode.
Perfect. It was beautiful. There were some botches. I guess we can talk about that a little bit later on.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were scrolling. A certain match came on, the women's match, and
Yep.
and
Yep.
we decided to go on the Instagrams like you normally would do when you're not really into a match. And
Yeah.
WWE posted
Lucha
Lucha
House
House
Party is
Party
lit.
is lit.
They're legit lit. They're lucha lit.
They're Lucha lit. You
Way to
heard
have a
it.
great tag team and ruin them.
That's yeah.
Every step you take.
That's dude.
Sad.
It's cringe, bro. Like I got back in when I got back into wrestling. I would watch like NWA, NXT. I would like because like when I got back into it, I was like, oh, WWE is the wrestling. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
when you
Well,
think
yeah,
of
that's what
wrestling, it's
everyone
it's WWE. That's the wrestling you have to watch. Like even my dad was like, oh, you gotta watch WWE.
Yeah, it was always WWE.
I was like, okay, sick. So I subscribed to the network, super hyped. Tried to watch Raw and SmackDown. Found out it was like 3 months behind.
Yeah.
3 months or 3 weeks, one of the two.
I think it's 3 weeks.
Either or. I was just like, I want up to date, and I found out they did NXT, like up to date, and everyone said NXT was like the better brand, everything. I was like, they're like, it's run by Triple H. I was like, oh, sick. This is like,
It was always better.
it's perfect. But like, I
Yeah.
was like, I was so hyped. Like, dude, like when the Wednesday Night Wars started with like AEW and NXT, I was like, just watch AEW live, and then I would catch NXT on the network. Then, like as I got more and more into AEW, it's just like I fell out of NXT, and it doesn't excite me that much anymore. I don't know.
Sad.
It's really weird. It is sad. I wish I could like it, but like I just see some of the stuff they're doing. I'm just like, why?
It's like they're not taking themselves seriously anymore.
No. And I saw on Twitter today, the wonderful internet wrestling community. Someone said Triple H literally has all this talent. He's hoarding all this talent for what reason? It's like he just wants them so other companies can't have them. And they said if there
Oh,
wasn't
100%.
if there wasn't indie wrestling, there would be no NXT. And that's pretty much kind of true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, if there wasn't so many people to poach, they wouldn't really have a roster.
oh yeah, I agree. And dude, can't believe WWE got the Rascals from Impact right before the Invasion angle, man. Could you imagine Private Party versus the Rascals?
I don't want to talk about Private Party.
Look, if they turn heel, they'll be better. If they turn heel, they'll be better.
They'll be better if they split up. I can't get behind them. I don't know.
Matt Hardy's trying as hard as he can, dude.
Oh, he
Matt
really
Hardy
is.
is trying
He's
Hardy.
trying so hard. Oh man,
It's rough, dude. It's
poor
I don't
guy.
know, like I want to like them, but I find their gimmick very generic. Like it's to the point
Top
where
Flight is so much better.
Top
Like,
Flight is better, and Street Profits do their gimmick, but better.
yeah,
You know
Street
what I mean?
Profits are great.
Street,
love the
I
Street
do,
Profits.
yeah. See,
They have
guys,
so much charisma.
there's some stuff about WWE we do like, and we will point it out
yeah.
when we do. Most of the time, it's it's not
Yeah,
that
it's
good.
pretty bad. Pretty bad.
It's pretty rough. I'm actually right before we started recording this, I just had to pause. I was watching, catching up on New Japan with the New Year's Dash. It's pretty
God, I
good.
need to get into it.
You do. I can give you my login information if you want.
No, you're good.
Okay, all right,
I'll have
It's-
to just go back old years and kind of
dude.
get the vibe of it.
They have quite the archive. So like, if you like look at their archive,
have
it's
heard.
crazy. Like, dude, they have the Bullet Club, the original Bullet Club.
Yeah,
Like, dude, they have like everything when AJ went to New Japan and did like his amazing run. They had, dude, it's all on there. It's
back
so
when he had
great.
the gas mask and all that.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
I remember
so
that.
it's
I
so
made
good, dude.
headlines.
Yeah, it's crazy. Look at that now.
That's like where they started it.
Kenny Omega formed his own company. Is the champ? Well, not really formed. He, signed on executive vice president. Anywho, he's the champion, and now he's invading Impact while wearing Bullet Club
Yep.
merch. Bro, it's so crazy.
Crazy.
Dude. Imagine not being a wrestling fan in 2021 right now.
Yeah, you're just missing out.
You
Literally.
dude. If New Japan, AEW, and Impact team together, it's literally like the death of New Japan, or not New Japan, WWE.
Oh yeah, and I mean they'd have to pull something.
Oh yeah,
WWE
yeah.
has pulled
Well,
something like so
my mom
crazy.
was telling me she read an article a couple days ago about The Rock coming back. Like they confirmed The Rock was coming back or whatever.
Oh, of course he is.
Literally
Of
right after
course.
she said that, she goes, "Dang, they're really scraping, aren't
Desperate.
they?" She's like, "They're
Yep.
desperate. They're
Um,
desperate."
I think the only thing that would really save WWE is if they did the WCW thing they kept teasing.
Oh, that'd be great. I
Shane
really wish
McMahon's
that.
lockbox that just magically disappeared and never got talked about again after the first time he talked
Well,
about it.
what
He
makes
kept
me mad is
bribing Vince.
what makes
Come
me mad
on.
is they literally bought the competition and just dropped it. Like
Yeah.
why couldn't they have kept WCW and then Survivor Series would have been something like
Yeah.
who's the better
The,
company, WCW or
yeah.
WWE?
Hmm.
But it's like Vince just wanted to bury anything like that's competition wise, including the wrestlers. Like you see that with
Yep.
DDP. Um,
And
who
any one of them
else?
that come back
Yeah,
always
I
get
mean
they look stupid.
Eddie
Like
Guerrero
Sting's
got
return. He made that an ego thing.
dude.
Sting got buried because he was in
Sting didn't even want to
WCW.
do it. He didn't even want to do it to begin with because he was really worried about what Vince would do to like the character and everything. But they eventually convinced him. He did it. Then he almost like broke his neck and ended his entire career. Thankfully, he's able to like do stuff again with wrestling. He's like cleared to
Yeah.
do stuff.
Yeah, he's
Dude,
medically cleared
dude,
now, even though he's really old.
yeah. But if WWE, I keep saying AEW plays their cards right and uses him as just like a manager, how like they have like Taz and all that,
Yeah.
they could use him properly.
I think Sting can really be something great for the whole locker room of
Oh,
AEW.
dude, he has such insight. Are you
If,
kidding
if
me?
they need to keep him backstage after he ends the run,
Oh,
like
yeah,
100%.
yeah. He
A
definitely needs to be like
creative role or something, like just
something.
anything, like a trainer, like like he could do something like character wise. He could be like a character development person where he just kind of like helps people build what they need to do,
Oh
like
yeah,
work on
like
mic skills or you need to work on this aspect, just anything.
if you like
And he's great.
if he really goes through with managing Darby Allen, he can make Darby Allen into like one of the top stars. Like Darby Allen already is one of the stars of AEW. Like
Yeah, he could become a household name.
dude, he has the TNT belt. Like, come on.
Yeah, yeah.
Say what you want about Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes has elevated that belt to actually mean something. It is insane.
Yeah.
Like,
Like I told you, it's what they think the Intercontinental title means, but the Intercontinental title means nothing now.
dude. Same with Raw and SmackDown's tag team division.
Oh.
Dude, their belts are the equivalent to the toys they sell, except the big belts, except the Universal.
They really
and the
need to go
WWE
back
champion.
to one tag team title. They made it way more interesting. It was actually it like seemed to mean something more when there was one belt, and they need to change those freaking coin belts.
Dude, I just see all I can think of is like quarters, like coins.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Literally...
so it's not valuable.
No. I want AEW to do is change the women's belt to be like the men's belt, but kind of smaller with a white strap. Kind of do the WWE route, how they did that with the women's Raw and SmackDown belts, how they have the white strap, but they kind of look more like the.
Don't make it ugly.
Don't make it, dude. WWE can have such good belts. Look at the new U.S. title belt and the new
Intercontinental title. Yeah,
yes,
they're beautiful.
They're so great. But then they have like the WWE belt and the Universal belt.
The Cruiserweight belt is nice too.
They're literally just
North American Championship.
They're all so nice, but like the two top belts are literally just like
they're terrible.
Made just to sell toys. That's what it seems like.
Yep. Oh, 100%.
Because like I don't see. Maybe they'll make them toy replica for like the kids of the new U.S. belt or of the new Intercontinental belt.
Those aren't as appealing to children though. Maybe the U.S. title.
The U.S. title probably is, just because I'm American, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it also just looks nice.
Dude, that new belt looks
colorful.
Clean.
Looks very good on Lashley.
It's icy, bro. Dude, speaking of, the Hurt Business is probably one of the best things WWE's got going right now.
Oh, it's hands down.
If they can just
crazy.
If they can get Keith Lee, bro, it's over. That's the faction.
Oh, dude, that would be beautiful.
Let's see who's in it now. Amazing. It's Lashley, Apollo Crews,
Cedric Alexander, MVP.
Okay, if they can get Keith Lee, bro.
They're teasing. They're trying to get Naomi. That's what I heard.
That'd be great.
I don't think they've like shown anything on TV, but that was like a little like dirt sheet spoiler online.
That's what I wish like the factions would do is have women in it, like because like look at Hurt Business. If they get Naomi, that'd be a huge like
Yeah, and
push for
especially if you get the
Naomi.
title,
Yes,
they just have a
exactly.
bunch of gold on the team. It'd be crazy.
Exactly. And then like yeah, the team of gold and like with like Team Taz, if they got a girl on there, like honestly, if they got the what is it, Lila Hirsch, the girl that was on tonight, the 4'11" girl,
I was thinking Nyla Rose.
Lila Hirsch or Nyla Rose, because they're like,
Just
dude,
someone good, yeah.
Lila Hirsch, her
Taz is good at elevating people
that's
too.
is exactly that would be a huge push for dude. Nyla Rose already has Vicky, she's good, she's
That's
good, she's
fair.
golden, she's
Yeah,
golden,
that's fair.
but like,
Vicky's great.
dude,
Yeah,
Lila Hirsch put on one heck of a match against Penelope Ford.
yeah. Penelope Ford isn't too bad either.
No, it
She she just seems to not really get booked correctly, like match wise.
that's just the whole women's division. They need to actually start taking the women's division serious.
Well, I don't even think it's like a serious problem. I think it's just like it's just they kind of get last thought about.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
It kind of
I mean,
seems like they're getting thrown.
Kenny Omega
Like
said that
bad stick.
whenever the AEW women's division gets more TV time, he's gonna have the biggest smile on his face. He's literally in charge of the women's division, I believe. Like he's running it.
Well, then I'm sure he's gonna get something. I'm
He
sure
needs to. They need to do something.
maybe a Stardom deal will happen where they can use Stardom wrestlers.
They could potentially be teased with that AEW Women's Championship Contender Tournament.
Yeah.
If you saw, it had the USA flag
Stardom.
and the Japanese flag on one
That'd
side.
be a very, very good partnership, and it would
Bro,
help AEW a
Rio
lot.
would be back. Rio would be back. I know you don't.
What if WWE dies? Like, think about that. No, seriously. Like, because I mean, AEW has all these corporations and other companies like behind them now, and like obviously they're like more appreciative. And AEW just wants wrestling to be popular. They actually want to elevate everyone.
Yeah.
They're doing exactly the opposite of Vince McMahon. Like, it's like, what happens? Like, so many wrestling shows would start being bigger.
Dude, but remember, NXT and WWE always be there for the wrestlers. Because AEW won't be alive within a year.
Oh,
remember?
yeah, no.
Remember?
B plus corporation.
Quote,
stupid.
Quote by
nothing. Triple H, right?
Hunter Helms.
Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Hunter Hearst Helmsley himself.
Oh
Quote
my
by
God.
him. Quote by him. Dude.
Be gone in a year.
Be gone in a year.
Fast forward a year, it's beating NXT.
I am
rating.
you, but stronger.
That's gotta hurt,
That's
man.
what, bro.
That's rough, buddy.
Then you get Bully Ray saying NXT was the better product just because they don't botch as much, but yet he's went on account saying that AEW is more entertaining than NXT. How does that?
You know what that is?
How?
That's him getting a Royal Rumble check.
Either Royal Rumble or is he's paid off by Vince McMahon because
No, he's
bro,
definitely getting a Royal Rumble check.
bro,
He'll be in the Rumble.
just
Watch
a few weeks ago he said Charlotte Flair is the best women's wrestler.
Oh man, that's just
Charlotte
not true.
Flair is
Like,
good, but she's not the best.
She's not even the best on her brand.
She's good. No, she's not. Asuka is.
I mean, there's Asuka, there's Bailey. I mean, I didn't even think Alexa Bliss is a better wrestler.
Oh, dude, I love Alexa Bliss.
Liv Morgan.
I love
Liv
Alexa
Morgan's
Bliss.
a great wrestler, but
Mandy
she has
Rose?
not gotten any spotlight. Mandy Rose is very good. She plays the actual like glam gimmick well.
That's the only
Not very many can.
thing of Otis I liked was his whole storyline, and my favorite was Dolph Ziggler stealing Mandy Rose from him, and then they went and Uno reversed it and having Otis get her back.
Yeah, it was like the most dumb thing in the world, but it was like, yeah, this is fun at least.
Yeah, it was fun because they did something with Dolph, which actually they're doing something with him now. With him, is it him and Bobby Roode?
Yeah, the Dirty Dogs.
The Dirty Dogs. Raw Dog John Silver.
Oh my God. Silver is hands down the most charismatic man right now.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I was actually... Remember I was telling you about how they used to be the beeper voice for WWE? They were jobbers. Him and Reynolds. In the same podcast, as we're talking about another podcast in a podcast, okay? Plugging the AEW Unrestricted podcast. He literally said, they were depressed because they thought, like, they were just being, like, kicked off of, like, Dark or like Dynamite and everything, or like the Dark Order because they didn't do anything with them. Then they started doing more with BTE, and Tony Khan came up to him and was like, "What the fuck's your problem?" He's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "How are you gonna be that charismatic and hilarious on BTE but not on Dynamite? What's your deal, dude?" Oh, dude, oh, it was so funny. So that's why like he's finally being like more Johnny
Dude,
Hungy and stuff like that on
he's so
Dynamite.
like singled out in the group, and it's amazing.
Oh yeah, it is. Even like when the segments with Brody and like the Dark Order, rest in peace, Brody Lee.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah. Rest in peace.
Brody Lee would single out John Silver.
Yeah, and like throw the papers at him
Yeah,
and
you throw
push
the
him and
papers at
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Oh, dude, it's so funny. AEW does more. Does the comedy better than
Oh, way
WWE.
better.
Because like
They've
the
unlocked the code.
the WWE comedy to me is, oh, obviously it's children's product. You know what I mean? Like wrestling is
Yeah.
for kids, obviously.
Instead of birthday cake, they put poop on them
or
from the ceiling.
dog food.
Yeah, dog food. Yes.
And do it overkill it
Nickelodeon slime out
three
of the Money in
times.
the Bank briefcase on Seth Rollins.
3 times in a row with not Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns and King Corbin. And dude, I hated that so much.
And it's Vince McMahon's fault because he just thinks midgets and poop is funny. You can go read that. It's literally the truth. Vince does poop humor and midget humor because he thinks it's funny.
So that's why Hornswoggle was as big as he was.
Oh, that's exactly why. He thought Hornswoggle was hilarious.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
Dude, Vince is right now is just a senile old man who needs no. Like they literally just need him for the name. He doesn't need to be involved with the company anymore. They just use him for namesake.
Yeah, creatively, absolutely not.
No, not at all.
No idea should ever come from
How are you
him.
gonna have a board of 30 writers and have a shit show?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's terrible. I mean, like in the last minute changes. It's like,
oh, dude, it makes me so mad.
It's like they're not thinking about the future at that point if they're changing outcomes of whole matches.
I literally told you tonight. It's like they're literally just like, we need the ratings right now. We don't care about anything else. The ratings right now. Like
they're literally WCW. They're the WCW of this story, and it's terrible. It's so sad.
They're 2001 WCW right now.
Yes, I mean, think about it. WCW would just literally not do any long-term booking. They would bring in celebrities to be champions, old people like Hollywood Hogan or whatever, and it was terrible. That's what they're doing.
WWE's doing.
Goldberg.
Yep. The match nobody wanted, dude. Goldberg should have retired after after 2016 was a Rumble.
Or was it honestly? Mania? I didn't like Goldberg.
It was something. Whenever he beat Brock Lesnar, I think.
Oh man! After his first match back, they should have just let him go.
They should retire.
That match was terrible.
Because like that was like the aura still around Goldberg was huge. He wouldn't have lived long enough to see himself become the villain.
Yep.
Now look at him.
And now everyone online is just so bored and tired, and they're like, "Why are they doing this to us?" We're literally telling them we don't want this.
It's to the point where Drew McIntyre even commented on like WWE's posts about Goldberg, saying, "I'm just here for the comments about like the Drew Goldberg match."
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And he said it would be like fighting his dad, and if you look at Drew McIntyre's dad, he looks just like Goldberg.
He's a small Goldberg. By that, I just mean a gray-haired and bald-headed.
Yep. Dude, Goldberg he needs to go and never come back.
See,
I hate that they're gonna bring Lesnar in, and
they're bringing Lesnar in.
Oh, 100%. I mean, they're going to put the belt on Goldberg. Who else is going to beat Goldberg? Undertaker is officially retired. It's going to be Brock Lesnar.
You know damn well Goldberg's not putting over Drew McIntyre.
Oh, no. There's no way. Oh, there's no way. And even if they bring Cena back, that would be great and all, but I feel like they would squash Cena with Goldberg just to hype up a Lesnar match. Because, Lesnar equals money, even though they spend more money on Lesnar than they ever make most of the time. That's what it feels like, at least.
I only like Goldberg because everyone would get my dad mixed up with Goldberg. They'd be like, would be like, "Aren't you Goldberg?" He's like, "No, I'm not Goldberg."
No, I'm just a bald guy also.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm also just a really big bald guy.
That's how every bald man. It's not fair.
Yeah. And it doesn't help that he had like tattoos as well. So it's like, "Oh, it's Goldberg." No,
okay, that's
not
fair,
Goldberg.
Yeah.
Not Goldberg.
No, not Goldberg. Just a big guy with
muscles. And
then
he met Goldberg as well. For one of his birthdays, they did like the Sprint Cup or whatever at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, and in his car was the same car as him was Goldberg, I think Rick and Scott Steiner as well. I mean, he was
Holy
friends.
Crap.
Yeah, and like he liked Goldberg a lot because he was nice to my mom. He's like
Oh, I'm sure Goldberg seems like a
yeah.
great person. He
He
just does
super.
not
He
need to be
seems super
wrestling
genuine.
at
But
all.
like he's like he's like he was really nice to your mother, so like meant a lot and everything. He's like there's a picture of him with, of my dad with Goldberg. Actually, I told you
Wow.
he used to be the like security guard for WCW TV tapings.
Yeah, yeah, you did tell me
Yeah,
that.
he got
Yeah.
that job because of my great aunt.
Is that
Um,
the DDP girl?
yeah, she used to be a I think a Hawks cheerleader. She used to be like no, she was a Bud girl, a Budweiser girl, and
Oh,
she filled in for DDP as a Diamond Girl.
that's amazing.
And there's like
I'm
pictures
sure
of
that was a
like
blast.
DDP at like my grandma's house and everything. There's like a bunch of pictures of him over there and all that. And actually, my grandma
Sick.
used to make some of the costumes for WCW.
That's amazing.
Yeah, this was back in 80.
WCW always looked really nice,
Oh yeah, this was like
like
back in
the stages and the
yeah, yeah.
costumes,
Oh yeah. He
but they just didn't know how to tell a story.
no, they fell off after the NWO after what 97.
Yeah,
Yeah.
around there. That's when it was
But
like
like
really declining.
he worked from 88, 89. He was like 18 or 19.
RoboCop.
Oh dude, it's RoboCop, Bob. And then the RoboCop's armor's falling off and it's just barely
Oh
holding on.
man, let's
Dude,
not
it's
jinx
so
it here,
bad.
but WWE would totally pull something like that.
I mean, they didn't they do that kind of when John Cena went out there just to cut a promo promoting Bumblebee?
Oh,
Do you remember that?
oh, sadly, I think I remember that.
Because that was the first time I
Didn't he
like.
just leave right after?
Yeah, yeah,
Like no match or anything?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
That was like the first time I really realized he had a head full of hair and it doesn't look right whatsoever.
yeah. No, it's weird.
No. And you know what's
It's
really
very
crazy?
weird.
I never thought I'd be saying I miss John Cena
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I enjoy
exactly.
Roman
In
Reigns.
2014, 2015, never in my life did I think I would ever say that, but I really miss John Cena. I miss him so much.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
he had that US title run where he was doing the open challenges, that made
Didn't he
that title
also
mean
make the
so
U.S.
much.
title a spinner, or was it just the WWE belt?
He made the US title a spinner, yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. I
It
thought
was
I
a very
vaguely
nice
remember that.
looking title too.
Dude, the spinner belt was amazing. Even Edge had his own spinner belt, and Edge's spinner
Yeah.
belt looks sick.
Hmm.
I feel like Edge was like the only one that could have really pulled off a custom spinner belt, you know.
Yeah. And make it look cool.
Yeah, well, besides just John Cena, the spinner belt really fit Edge because it was this whole kind of fit his character that
Did you
rated
see
R
the Brian
superstar.
Myers story
No.
about he was talking about someone coming into like the WWE. I think it was Ric Flair that he was talking about. He was talking some legend, and some legend like walked up to him and like gave him a hug and like shook his hand and was like, "Well, you're doing great. Like I love what you're doing on air." And he figured out later that the guy, I think it was Ric Flair, thought he was Edge
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
because
yeah,
he was
yeah,
an
yeah.
Edge head.
Because they're the edge heads.
That
Yeah,
is like that.
yeah.
That is so funny to me
And like
because like
I think
I can't imagine the awkwardness when he
because
figured out that
he
he
said it
thought
was
he
like
was
like
Edge.
and didn't he say like it really boosted his ego and everything, and he found out he
Yeah,
just really
he thought
thought it
he
was
was like,
Edge.
wow, this guy really knows me.
He's
He
like,
thought he was
whoa,
Edge.
the legend really enjoys me. No, dude, the edge heads
Oh,
was like the
man.
best thing ever.
Oh, it was awesome. When I
It,
was young, it was like I was like, whoa, there's 3 Edges. This is insane.
there's 3 of my favorite wrestlers. What?
Dude, I hated Edge when I was little.
Really?
Yeah, I was. I mean,
I
I was a
always
Jeff
just liked
Hardy
Edge.
fan, and like,
And Lita.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's all
Matt
good.
Hardy, poor guy. That's
Bro, poor
actually the
that.
saddest thing ever.
Yeah, that's pain. It's all because Vince. I'm just kidding. Probably not, but
I don't know. He
no,
definitely didn't help.
I don't want to say that's Vince.
He made him fight Edge in multiple matches after the fact,
or the fact that
and it was real.
I can't remember the Stone Cold storyline. The Masked Man was supposed to be. I can't remember his name. Was it the authority figure? Was supposed to be Jake the Snake.
Oh, you're talking about the ministry
The
leader.
ministry leader.
And it was me, Austin. It was me
all
all along.
along.
God, Vince. It was supposed to be Jake the
It was
Snake,
supposed to be
but
Jake
he
the
was
Snake.
in such a dark place that they didn't want to like help him.
Oh, dude, speaking of Jake
They're
the Snake,
basically garbage company.
him with Lance Archer, probably the best thing right now.
Perfect.
It's amazing.
Perfect pairing.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember how I pointed out he was wearing I was like, is that a New Japan jacket?
Was it?
It was a Suzuki brand jacket or whatever. I believe it was a team he was with in New Japan. So it was.
Wow,
It was.
that's
Bro,
awesome.
bro, the AEW in Japan, New Japan, TNA, bro, the crossover no one
It's
expected, but
crazy,
everyone wants is happening.
dude. I never thought anything like this would happen.
Dude, well, no, like, because you don't see big name wrestling companies work together because it's almost like WWE made it be like there can only be one.
I can't remember who it was, but WWE had like the I think it was either Tough Enough or the early NXTs where it was a game show,
It
and
was
they
the
had
early
this guy.
NXTs
He
and
was
Tough Enough.
great. He was amazing. He could wrestle, and I can't remember who it was. I'll have to like think about it later. But he accidentally said his TNA name, and they fired him instantly.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
And
I
it's
think it
like,
was
are you kidding me? Like
I think
I
it
mean,
was the
obviously he's
beginning
gonna
of
think his
NXT. I want to say.
like he was good too, and they just let him go. And it's like you just lost like a really good wrestler. Like who cares that he said his TNA name? You guys, if you like really believed in your company, you would just be okay with saying TNA because
I'm,
you know they're nothing to you. But it's like I don't get it. Like the whole you can't use your WWE name anywhere but WWE, and
y-
like if you use it, we're gonna get mad because we own you. Like Christian having to be Christian Cage in TNA, stuff like that. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, are you really that petty?
yeah, well, it's like WWE really dropped the ball and let the one that got away was Eli Drake. Um,
Yeah.
I can't remember his name Slate Randall. Was that his name in NXT or was it Sean Ricker?
Um, Eli Drake.
'Cause-
Was he NXT like? Um,
no,
was Sean Richter? I think.
Sean Ricker's actual name. Oh, he
I
because
think it's Sean Richter.
is Eli Drake in TNA, and like NWA. I see. I knew him from NWA. When I got back into it, that's when like I first found out about like Eli Drake, James Storm, Tim Storm.
I know who
Um,
yeah, you're talking about Eli Drake. He was the one that
yeah,
said being being in the performance center made him a worse wrestler.
yes, yes, yeah, 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 and like
I remember that.
his catchphrase is "Let me talk to you."
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
dude.
never really
He,
I didn't like heavy watch at that point, but I do remember him saying that the performance center made him worse, and that
ne-
was crazy.
Next time you come over, bro, I gotta pull up some of his matches from NWA because like NWA is where I found out about Eddie Kingston. I found about James Storm,
Oh
Eli
man,
Drake.
Eddie is so good.
That's where I found about Thunder Rosa. Um,
Thunder Rosa is great.
that's how I found about the Pope.
The Pope?
The Pope is on NWA. He's actually the
Oh my god.
TV champion, I believe now. That's where I found about Ricky Starks. Actually, look at him. He's on AEW now, dude. I freaking
I want
popped. I,
I want Ricky Starks to be good, but I'm still not behind him. But I
he is
really want
good.
to be.
He is good.
He's good on
Telling
the
you, I'm
mic.
telling you,
I
he's
haven't seen
great on
enough
the
of him.
mic.
I haven't seen enough of
Have
him.
you seen him wrestle Cody for the TNT Championship?
I don't think I have.
It was a really good like match.
I will definitely have to check it out.
It's really good.
I didn't know he faced Cody. That sounds
Yeah,
great.
dude. That's how it became to AEW. Was
Wow.
the open title shot that Cody did, and that's why I was really excited to see like who the wrestler was gonna just show up. Then Eddie Kingston came, bro. I lost my shit for that too.
Eddie Kingston is literally just Mike God.
Oh, dude, he can cut a promo out of anything.
Yeah.
Literally on BTE, they'll give him a random object and be like, "Hey, promo class," and
You told me about that.
he cut a
I
promo
need
on
to see
Sour
him.
Patch Kids, dude.
Oh my
Sour
god.
Patch Kids.
They
What?
probably lost too.
My favorite is Eddie Kingston is the wrestler Blu-ray thinks he is.
Yeah. That's just the truth. I mean, it hurts, but Eddie Kingston is just better. Like than
Yeah.
I mean, Bully Ray is just not that good anymore. Like
No.
he had an okay TNA run back in the day, but like he definitely thinks he's better than he is.
Oh,
Sadly.
he easily does.
Let's talk about Johnny Hunky.
Oh, dude, Johnny Hungy's the best thing ever. currently. It's really crazy how the Dark Order went from being the most hated thing about AEW to being one of the most beloved things about AEW. From just like the comedy behind BTE to Brody Lee
He
elevating it
said
as a
yes.
group, as a
He
cult.
said yes.
Oh yeah, Hangman, Hangman, Hangman. I got a question for you. Gets on one knee. Will you join the Dark Order? Yeah, I can't. He said yes. The shirtless
Streamers,
cowboy. He's the shirtless
shirtless
cowboys coming
cowboys
out. And
everywhere.
they're looking. No, no,
No,
go,
no,
go.
no, please. That's how you
Comedy,
do the comedy.
bro.
Yep,
Comedy
that's how you
gold
do it.
right there. Mm-hmm.
You gotta make it awkward.
Oh yeah, and my favorite is hearing Jr. say Johnny Hungy.
Oh, it sounds so weird.
Yeah, yeah, but
It sounds like an old man trying to be hip with the
this
children.
because it's what it is. Cause I don't know.
Johnny Hungy.
Like the more I like watch, the more I feel like Jr. just disassociates with it. Like
He's just kind of watching.
he's just kind of there.
He's used to having a script, so he's kind of confused. God, the freaking commentary on WWE, man.
The big dog.
Oh yeah. Oh.
God, Michael Cole.
And how the commentary people are supposed to act more like very stupid and not get anything before the fans get it. Like when AJ debuted and it said "I am phenomenal" and it was very obvious that it was AJ Styles to everyone except for the commentary. They were like, "Could it be? Could it be? Oh wow, it is!" It's like, are you kidding me? You had to wait until he came out. It literally said "I am phenomenal, AJ," and you were like, "Oh, there's no way it's AJ Styles."
Or the fact that Vince McMahon
Children.
had AJ
Children.
Styles convinced no one knew who he was when he debuted at the Royal Rumble.
Literally the worst. Oh my god.
Yep. Pain, bro, pain.
Loudest pop.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's one of the biggest pops. It's like, isn't it still one of their most viewed videos on their YouTube channel?
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it at all. Everyone was so hyped for AJ, and I'm just happy that WWE actually kept it under a lock.
They
spoiling
would love to
returns and
post
debuts.
stuff on social media that gives you that at that point. Why not even watch the show?
Yeah, John Cena's coming back this week on SmackDown, and then it's like, wow, thanks. Why did you even post this? Literally.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They want people to watch because John Cena's gonna be on the show. God forbid a surprise ever happen.
But could you imagine if it was a surprise that John Cena came back and it'd be like trending?
Yeah.
Like, look, because that's how. How do you think
It would
Sting,
keep their ratings up for a week.
How do you think Sting got trending on Twitter with AEW?
Because it was
premiere?
a surprise.
Because it was a surprise. And,
There was some
like,
teasing, but
there
like
was,
it wasn't
obviously,
obvious.
yeah. And, like, there's speculations because the WWE all of a sudden pulled him from the merch store and like
Yeah.
a bunch of other stuff like that. They like everyone's like, oh, he's going somewhere, but we don't know where.
And then everyone connected the dots. It has to be AEW because AEW is big.
And it's on TNT, and obviously he's ties with TNT because WCW. He was the face of WCW.
Oh,
Sting was
yeah,
the
100%.
face of WCW.
He's what kept their ratings pretty high for a while.
Oh yeah, he
was
probably,
their Undertaker.
Oh yeah, easily. He had to have rivaled Austin, Steve Austin for merch sales, bro.
Parts Fun Known, Adam Blampier, he actually brought that up. He said if WCW would have cashed more in on Sting and made him the more main attraction, they would have won the war.
Well, yeah, and
I honestly agree.
And if they wouldn't have made him join the NWO, if they would have made him actually destroy the NWO, it would have been an end to the storyline as opposed to just the ever-growing storyline you don't know how to end.
That's why they didn't want to end the NWO because there's so much gold there, so much money to be made, but like it would have also been like, wow, they're actually producing surprising content.
Yeah. I was watching
but,
there's this YouTuber, I forget his name, but he does biographies on wrestlers, like 20-minute biographies. And the new one he put out today was on Sting, and it was really entertaining. That's one reason I knew that about like the merch and everything.
Sting's had a pretty good career considering where he's been. Like his TNA run was amazing. Like the most fun I've ever seen him have.
The Joker Sting is probably some of the best Sting work we've ever gotten.
People hate on that a lot, but it was so much fun.
I find it very underrated.
Literally just having a blast, and he was having good matches.
Yeah.
I mean,
then you have
can't really hate it.
Then you have the 2011 was a road to what was it? Anyway, the Jeff Hardy match.
Oh
The infamous
man,
Jeff Hardy.
Bound for Glory.
Bound
was
for
it?
Glory. I think so. I'm really
Oh
bad remembering
man,
old pay
that
per
was
view
the
names.
worst match ever. I've never seen someone look so disappointed.
The crowd screaming, "This is bullshit," and Sting turning around going, "Believe me, it is. I agree."
Yeah.
Insane. I'm glad Jeff Hardy's doing better.
Yeah. As far as we know.
He's still putting on good matches.
Yeah, he's doing good.
Was the ladder match with Sami Zayn, Jeff Hardy, and who was the third? There's a third involved in the ladder match. Remember? A couple pay-per-views ago, I can't remember for the life of me what pay-per-view.
It was Jeff Hardy. Wait.
Jeff Hardy.
Who?
Jeff Hardy, Sami Zayn, and dude, who was it? It was a third because it was a fatal three-way. Was it Elias? Hold on, I gotta pull. I
remember him and Elias had like a long feud.
That was a good feud, honestly.
Yeah, it was better than a lot of the things they're doing right now.
It was Jeff Hardy, AJ Styles, Sami Zayn.
I almost said AJ. It was AJ.
Triple threat ladder match.
I do remember that.
Golden.
That was good. And he handcuffed AJ, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, golden match.
Sammy's so good, man.
Dude, Sammy is great.
They need to slap the title on Kevin Owens and have him and Sammy fight again. It's like so good. They're just so good together. You can literally just give them any stipulation and they're gonna have like a 4-star match at least.
Actually give Sami Zayn does he still have the IC title or did he drop it?
Big E, I think.
That's right. Big E got it.
But they're not really giving Big E any major things, sadly. So the fans are going to turn on Big E and say, "Wow, this guy's boring."
How are you going to try to push the guy in a singles run and simultaneously bring back the glory of the Intercontinental
Just feed Big E some people. Have him go out and be like, "Come on, anyone from the back, come out," and then have like a semi-decent wrestler come out and have Big E like do really good against them. And then just have him win.
You mean like Ryback?
The more he defends the title, the more the title looks good. Like, I mean, it's just...
I know, you just like completely ignored what I said. And it's
What'd you say?
I see. And you said you feed him any good wrestler. I was like, you mean Ryback?
Oh yeah, feed me more. Yeah, bring back the Big E 5
YouTube
count or
food
whatever.
review.
You remember that?
No, I don't.
Big E would pin people, and then the ref would count to 3, and then he would count. He would keep counting. Or I don't know if it was a 5 count, but he would keep counting while they were on the ground still. He would do the ref tap, like the 1, 2, 3, but he would go like 4, 5, 6, or whatever.
That's awesome.
And he would just keep the person
awesome. He would keep the pin.
And it made him look like a monster.
That's awesome.
Like, dude, this guy just destroyed the guy. Like, this guy's still on the ground.
See, because like
Great.
I started watching wrestling like 2000.
Oh, that was early Big E. That was when he was Big E Langston.
Dude, I stopped watching like 2009, 2010 maybe.
That's around when I stopped for the first time, I think.
So like,
because we stopped having cable and Jeff Hardy was gone, so I was very sad.
All I would do when I had the WWE Network was try to catch up on stuff I missed. So I went back and watched like some of the Shield stuff. I watched like the Hell in a Cell match with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins when Seth Rollins won.
I think so, yeah.
But it should have been Dean Ambrose because that would have been like the greatest ending to that storyline ever.
The should have been Dean Ambrose is the whole story of his career in WWE.
Oh my god, dude. Dean Ambrose's was it Asylum or whatever? Dean's Asylum.
Ambrose Asylum.
Asylum. That's the closest WWE ever got to like full on Jon Moxley.
Yeah, and when they had him on the Royal Rumble and everyone wanted him so badly.
Yeah.
And then Triple H won.
And then Triple.
Yeah.
Pain, bro.
I mean,
Pain.
It's better than Roman winning at that point.
Hangman Adam Payne.
You can't dangle that in front of your audience when they're so behind someone and then just have him lose.
You can't get out from under his feet.
Yep. Like, why would you do that? Hey guys, we know Daniel Bryan just got eliminated, but Roman Reigns
is the winner.
Yep.
I hate to jump everywhere in this podcast, but
fine.
What about -1? You idiots, my birthday was 3 days ago.
3 days. and everyone's like around him like scared.
Yeah, everyone's all scared, and then there's
Beautiful.
Serpentico tweeting, "Is it illegal to fight a child?"
Yeah, yeah.
That was great. That was
I
great.
love what they're doing with that kid, man.
Dude,
It's beautiful.
it's
It
so
really is.
it's very heartwarming. It's
Oh,
very
dude,
heartwarming.
it's the best thing they could do.
Easily.
Shows how in touch Cody is, like, because I mean, like, that kid's gonna remember that forever.
Yeah, when the family needs him the most, like they're actually there for him.
Yeah.
But
I mean, -1 is such a cool thing too, and like,
yeah,
can't wait till he's grown up and starting to wrestle because he's gonna be great.
him and Matt Hardy's son are gonna put on one hell of a match.
Oh, what? Oh, Maxwell, King
Yep.
Maxwell.
Yep.
That's gonna be
It's gonna be such a good
very
match.
cool match.
It's gonna be a good match. I wish, speaking of like lineages, I want them to actually do something with Pillman Jr. I want them to.
Dude, I know.
I want them to build up the Varsity Blondes as an actual tag team. Because right now they're kind of jobbers, and granted they're kind of they're greener than grass.
Green. Yeah.
Yeah, especially Griff Garrison.
Oh
But-
yeah, he's way more green though.
Oh,
Pillman, I feel like Pillman just needs to be in a rotation. Like
He's
he just needs
huge.
to have something constant right now, and
he's
he's
huge
gonna
on the
bloom
indie scene, man.
quick.
Like
Good. He needs to be on weekly.
Oh yeah, dude, put him on Dark Weekly.
Oh,
every
at least,
week, every week he needs to be on Dark, please. It's pretty crazy when I enjoy.
Give him Jericho. Have Jericho face Pillman Jr.
And like a singles, because I remember they went against each other a couple weeks ago in AEW Dynamite when like the Inner Circle versus like some other.
I would love for them to feud
tag
because
teams.
I mean,
That'd be great.
Jericho's not exactly the best now, but he's a good teacher.
Oh my God,
wrestling.
You're right. He's not the best. He almost broke his
Yeah.
damn neck
Yeah,
tonight, dude.
Yep. Almost
Botched
the
the
end of
lion
Jericho.
salt. I genuinely hope he is okay. Like I really hope.
Oh, I mean,
obviously
he's
he's
fine.
okay. They didn't throw up an X or anything, but like, dude, he's probably drinking a little bit of the bubbly even more tonight. The ease that pain, bro.
He's definitely got a headache. Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
Just worried about him.
Man, Jericho. I love him, but
He's in denial.
he's ruining his career.
I think he just needs one more good run, and I don't know if he can.
He had a good run. He was the face of a brand new company, elevated the title to be one of the biggest belts in professional wrestling.
Yep.
Moved to commentary. Can he replace JR?
Honestly, yeah.
Honestly?
Yeah.
Because like I'm gonna get a lot of hate. I love JR, but he just doesn't do as much on Dynamite, bro. I already said it before in this podcast. He doesn't.
Yeah.
Not there.
It's just true. I mean, he just like because when he was in WWE, it was like
Scripted.
It was so entertaining to hear him overreact to stuff. Like Edge would spear someone, and it was just crazy loud spear.
Yeah.
And like swanton bombs, those were nuts because like JR was in the corner going crazy because swanton bomb just happened. They made finisher like moves like feel like really like the match is over.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because the
now
excitement.
Finishers are like stupid. You gotta hit 5 finishers in the WWE to end the match.
Or a surprise roll up.
Yeah, because a surprise roll up is probably won more matches than a freaking finisher at this point.
I hate that, dude.
Saddest thing in the world.
I hate that so much.
Roll ups are effective when they're used right, but they're never used right. It's always just he's distracted. Let me roll him.
Oh yeah. He's distracted. I gotta do it. Surprise pin, and it's not really a win. Like it is a win, but like you didn't.
MJF used it good, but he tugged the tights.
Yeah.
So it makes sense for his character.
He did a dirty pin.
Yeah.
That's a just burp. I was gonna say.
Lost art. A really lost art.
Wow, dang, what was it? I literally just had what I was about to say. I think it was about Miro. How like everyone hates on him because he's not doing anything. Blah blah blah. What is this? His gimmick was way better in WWE, but he literally said that he wants to be started out in a small feud and build up to main event. Like he doesn't want to be immediately placed in the main event title.
He should have been the main event in WWE though.
Oh no, but they're
He was
mocking.
set up so perfectly.
They're
Yeah, yeah.
they're
No,
mocking
Rusev
you.
Day. They don't actually like you,
They're making
Rusev.
fun of you, Rusev.
They're
Rusev,
making fun of you.
they're
Yeah,
not screaming Rusev Day because they enjoy it. It's because they actually hate it. Don't you know?
yeah. They're saying Rusev Day to make fun of you because they want you to leave the
Vince
stage.
McMahon's
Are you kidding me?
Vince McMahon probably thinks all wrestling fans are still rednecks.
They are. What do you mean? Come on. Rusev is supposed to have an erectile dysfunction, and he can't satisfy Lana, but big man Bobby Lashley can be out here.
The revival is was supposed to be in bow ties with Flavor Flav
Yeah.
clocks and
Oh my god,
top hats,
dude.
dude.
I hated it when I looked at that when you sent it to me. That was absolutely terrifying.
That was what was
That was
going
the
to be
worst thing
pitched to
ever.
him.
If that would have happened, I probably would have cried for them.
Dude, my favorite is the fact that the Young Bucks made fun of him for it. They said this would have been you if you didn't join our company,
Oh my
and
god.
they were dressed up in the gear.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's great.
Oh.
It's so great. That's another thing, dude. Like, whenever I first started like get into AEW, I keep saying WWE. Oh my god,
Fine.
it's pain. Anyway, with AEW, with AEW, like, I hated Hangman Adam Page. I hated the Young Bucks. I hated Kenny Omega. I love all of them.
Yeah,
I
they're
love
all
them.
amazing.
I love them so much now. Like, Kenny Omega is like one of my favorite wrestlers.
Oh, Kenny's
Easily.
just-
One of the best in
what
professional
did he call
wrestling.
himself?
I would
The
die on the hill.
5-star machine or something?
The
5-star match
best bout machine.
Yeah. Dude,
The best bout machine.
He can make anyone look good.
Oh, easily, dude.
I really want New Day to like leave WWE because
That'll never
like
happen.
they would be. I want it so bad because I know Xavier is such a good wrestler and I feel like him and Kenny would be such a good
They don't
match.
do anything with Xavier, and it makes me so upset.
Dude, Xavier's so good, man. I showed you the Shining Wizard, dude. He does a great Shining Wizard,
Yeah.
and like they need to capitalize on him because he could really be something for them. He could bring so much like merch sales with his YouTube channel. You know, little kids are watching that. And
Yeah.
adults are even watching it. It's like it's entertaining as hell.
What made me like Asuka so much is the fact that her YouTube channel, and she's so likable and like
And Tyler
lovable.
Breeze. He has left, right.
That's
and-
Tyler Breeze.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was him.
Gorgeous. Yeah. He does that. Yeah, that's his stuff. Him and Xavier are like best friends.
I didn't know he did left, right.
Yeah, it's it's just the opposite of Xavier's, but it's amazing. Like they always collab and stuff.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I don't understand why Xavier isn't like this. I mean, he doesn't have to be like a top title holder, but if you give him like the IC title and like made him like super nerdy on the shows, and if he was just talking about
If you let
video
him be
games
himself.
to his feud, yeah, like
So-
it would be so funny.
so
you
you
know,
mean-
like the feud is supposed to be serious, and he's like, oh, "This reminds me of this Final Fantasy game."
So you mean
And
kind of like what
awkward.
Kip Sabian and Miro is doing?
Yeah, just steal what AEW is doing. And make it that.
Everyone's hating on it. Like, oh, it's video games. I'm like, but yeah, that's their personality. Like,
People hating
they're
on it are
actually
the ones
having
playing video games.
like they're actually having fun with it. Like, let them enjoy it. Like, if you like, granted, you might not enjoy it, but like, doesn't mean they're not enjoying it. You know
the
what I
best
mean?
the best will always come out of wrestlers when they're able to be themselves.
Oh, easily. Like,
Look at Roman. Roman has been pleading to be a heel since like 2014. He wanted to be a heel right after the Shield broke up, and he had the heel gimmick in NXT where he was like, "Yeah, I come from like wealth."
Didn't he wear suits and everything?
Now look at it. He wore suits every single time. He would wear watches and tell like the interviewer, he's like, "Yeah, you're never gonna afford this watch.
Yeah.
Like you're a poor man. You're just an interviewer." And now that they've let him do it, look at him. Roman Reigns is so watchable right now, and it's insane.
Talk about a gimmick that.
As soon as they gave him a heel run, everyone loves him because it's what they've wanted for 6 years.
Talk about a gimmick that is kind of getting over with me is Pretty Peter Avalon. His match with
dude,
Cody Rhodes
He
tonight.
just put on a great match.
He almost beat Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Dude, I really liked that finish because it didn't diminish either one. It didn't just completely bury Peter.
Yeah.
It didn't.
Yeah. It made him look great. It was just like, don't hit my face,
don't slap my
please."
face. I'm too pretty. Don't mess me up. But the man literally looks like he could be kin to James Ellsworth.
Oh man.
I still can't
That's
believe
so
I saw
rude.
that man live in person. I met him.
got to see the chin.
I met him. I
or lack
saw
thereof.
the no chin.
Yeah,
My favorite was he did a
I bet it
super
was
kick, and
beautiful.
I screamed the no chin music.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, it was great. I was the only one that yelled that.
Oh, I bet he heard that and smiled a little bit.
He had to have. I hope so. My favorite was he in his promo he cut. He was talking about how he beat AJ Styles 3 times.
That's so funny.
Okay, so for people who
I
don't
mean,
know,
he did. He did.
my town, the town we live in, did a local wrestling event, and James Ellsworth was there. Yes, I paid $15 for the VIP. Yes, I met James Ellsworth. It's
Yes,
amazing.
it was worth it.
Don't worry, I wore a mask. I social distanced myself from people. I did the protocols correctly, but my town doesn't enforce it like everyone else does. And it sucks.
I hate Florida.
Florida sucks.
Yeah.
It really does. Guys, don't move to Florida.
Yeah, don't do it.
Unless you live here, then hey, you know our pain.
Yeah. You want to move away just as bad, I bet.
Yeah, oh my god, so bad. So bad.
But at least we get WrestleMania in Florida. Another pirate theme. Let's go.
It's only because Vince McMahon promised Tampa that they would do it, like the mayor of Tampa or whatever, that they would do it again there next year since it got messed up with COVID.
So it's going
WrestleMania
to be fans.
36? 36 is when it just happened. Is 37 going on?
I think so. Yeah.
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 I think that's right.
Yeah, it is. Because 36 was obviously the Boneyard match. Or
Oh man, that was great.
Boneyard or Graveyard?
Boneyard.
Boneyard, that's right. Because the Good Brothers did the Boneyard match.
Yeah.
That's,
Oh.
that's such a, bro. Talking Shop Mania was such a great pay per view. It was like it set out what it was supposed to be, and it was shitty wrestling.
Yeah.
And it was great. It's
More
fantastic.
entertaining than what WWE's doing right now. So
You're not wrong.
at least Raw. At least Raw.
Oh,
Raw is a terrible show
Raw
right
is
now.
really bad. SmackDown's good. NXT's, from what I see, is good. There's just so many wrestlers there I like, and I want to see do good. Like, I want to see Shotzi Blackheart do good. I want to see Io do good. Obviously, Io is amazing. I want to see Tyler Breeze and, was it Fandango? Are they still a team?
Fandango. Dude, they're
I want to see them do good.
They're so good together.
I really like Cameron Grimes. I hated him at first. He's a really good heel. He's just like a country.
That's the
country
whole
boy.
story of WWE. It's just waste. Like, Aleister Black is on your roster and he doesn't have a title right now.
He could be the face of the
not there.
company.
He's literally one of the best wrestlers they have.
They wrote him off TV because Vince said, "I'm done with you."
Him and Ricochet had some of the best matches I've ever seen.
You're
Like,
not wrong.
Literally. Like,
You're not wrong.
they're crazy together.
Ricochet can probably make anyone have a good match, to be completely honest.
Yeah. But, I mean, Aleister Black holds his part, though, so it makes it even better.
Yeah, he can hold his own, which is good. He can go the distance.
Give him an Iron Man match. That'd be nuts.
Oh my
Hour-long
God.
Iron Man match. Oh.
That'd be crazy. What if
Beautiful.
Aleister comes back during the Rumble?
You know, I was thinking that, but I don't see him staying around.
I feel like he's too fed up.
Oh, I mean, I'd be fed up, too, if they got rid of my wife.
Yeah, I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed.
I mean, freaking look at Miro.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just putting her through a table. Whatever.
Put it through a whole storyline about putting through tables because Miro went to the competition.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Literally the most petty stuff in the world.
I mean, look at Chelsea Green.
Oh.
They would debut her, and then they wouldn't air her debut, and then they'd debut her again, and she would get injured.
To be fair.
And she would come back and debut again and get injured again. Bro, it's so sad.
Oh, dude. Like, and
I feel
now,
so bad for
more
her.
than ever, I want her to not be WWE because Matt Cardona's on Impact.
I want her to go to AEW,
they
and
are
I want her to
adorable.
elevate the AEW women's division.
Oh, dude, she would be great. Her and
She'd
Britt
be
Baker and, like, just Hikaru Shida, they could all just, like, really just make it something.
Yeah, easily. But they just, sometimes they got to sacrifice ratings to put more women's time on TV.
I'd love to see Kairi Sane go over there, but she has
she still works with WWE. She does
yeah,
like
she has,
translation
like,
stuff, doesn't she?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good for her, dude.
does,
She's
like,
collecting the
media
bag.
over there. Easily.
I just wish, I could see her wrestle again.
She's great.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the Kenta and John Moxley match that they are teasing.
That is going to be a
It's
very
gonna be
like
so
strong
good.
style match. It's going to
Oh
be
yeah,
nut spots.
the IWGP US Heavyweight belt, or is that what it is? US Heavyweight or US title?
Yeah, Moxley still has that.
He still holds it, baby. John Moxley, man, I
Awesome.
love him. I love him so much.
So who do you think's going to win the Rumble, huh?
Who I think's going to win the Rumble? Who do I
Yeah,
think or who do I want?
both. Give me both.
I want Keith Lee or Shinsuke.
Keith Lee would be amazing. I have not even thought about that. That would be so big.
The way they're going right now, I think it might be Otis.
Oh,
They robbed him of the Money in the Bank. Vince,
Don't
for
you say
some
that.
reason, has a hard on for Otis.
Oh no, dude.
So they're gonna
I've never wanted you to be like
more
incorrect.
wrong in my life.
More, yeah. Please.
Yeah, I hope
Please
I'm
don't
wrong.
let that happen. Oh my god.
What makes me is
That reminds me of when I said Zack Ryder won the IC title at Mania, and I was popping so hard, and I texted my buddy and I said, "Watch him lose tomorrow to the Miz, lose the belt." And then he lost it to the Miz the next night, and I've never wanted to just shoot myself more.
you know what? He had
Are
his
you kidding me?
He had his WrestleMania moment.
Yeah, but a day. Zack Ryder is one of the most hardworking people in the company. He got so over, and
He got himself over so much, and
He hugged his
from what it
father,
seems
and
like,
so
Vince
feel
got
good.
pissed that he got himself over without them, and it's like, I'm
Yeah.
just going to bury you. And then
Yep.
he gets pushed off the stage by Kane in a wheelchair.
Oh. Oh.
Hey, now we got Major Impact, bro.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's amazing.
As much as I
want
wanted him,
Shinsuke to win, by the way.
I want Shinsuke to win.
I want Shinsuke to win so bad. And
Dude, they gave him the Rising Sun theme back, and he's face again.
Here's my hopeful. I don't. This isn't exactly who I want to win, but I feel like it's a possibility in their minds. I feel like Seth Rollins could come back and win.
Dude, if I would be,
since he's been gone.
I
I think that would be
mad.
a good one, just because I don't want. I mean, it kind of makes sense because Roman's the champ, but I think it'd be interesting if you kept Kevin Owens in, because I want Kevin Owens to do good. And if they
Dude,
got a
he
triple
deserves
threat main
a good
event
run.
match, that would be good. Maybe have Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins both win the Rumble somehow. And instead of Vince coming out and restarting it and being like, you guys got to keep going and tearing both his quads, maybe just have two winners. They've never done that before, have they? I don't think they have.
What was it with John Cena and Batista? Wasn't that the Rumble?
Yeah, that's when Vince came out and
Vince,
tore both his
Vince
quads,
tore both of his
getting in
quads.
the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Props to him for trying to stand up, though.
Oh, he was just so yeah. Oh, dude, I can't imagine how much that hurt when he got up.
Dude,
Like, good
that
God,
was insane. That was nuts.
all that adrenaline and anger for the match getting botched. Like, I can't imagine. But if Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins both won and they had a triple threat at Mania, I would actually enjoy that because I mean Kevin Owens is great and Roman's in a great position and they could do anything. I mean, if the Miz cashing in at Mania, I still really want that to happen. I want him to win because you can't have him lose again. You gave him the briefcase back. Like,
I need to.
Miz has to win a major title.
Hold on, I gotta look something up really quick. That's Wednesday. Sorry, Matt Cardona just tweeted
What do you say?
10 minutes ago. 2M1C7T 2L0
What?
I2S1.
What?
Someone said February 17th, 2021, Matt Cardona, Long Island story.
Oh my
Someone
God.
said Matt Cardona, True Long Island story, 2/17/2021. That's a Wednesday.
Dude.
That's a Wednesday.
Dude, there's gonna be a true Long Island story. That's amazing, dude.
So this is gonna be
He had
on,
this
on
one.
YouTube?
He started to do serious stuff, and it was like a continuation of the Z True Long Island story, but it was something else. It was called something else, and it was him like being very serious and like he was almost like those old like unsolved shows where the guy was talking to the camera and like it's about crime and stuff.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he was talking to the camera about like burying his old self and starting a new chapter where like it's like the new true him. And like at the end of the episode, it was him dressed up with the spiked hair and the purple shirt and the sunglasses, and it was him in a coffin, and then him closing the coffin on it, and him like starting a
Ooh.
new chapter basically. And it was really cool, and like they did nothing with it,
And
absolutely
it
nothing.
was on YouTube, right?
Yep, it was amazing.
Dude, Impact is coming for the throat.
Yeah, they're
They really,
trying, man.
it makes me happy.
Yeah.
Like, dude, if they can be like a phoenix and rise from the ashes, like it'd be insane.
Dude,
The
I would love for them to succeed.
I will say the AEW Invasion deal, whatever they got going on, has helped them a lot, and they have one hell of a
Oh
roster, dude.
yeah.
It's just crazy.
Oh yeah.
It's just all for the love of pro wrestling, really.
The thing I was talking about was called Last Resort, and it had a Z instead of a S in resort.
Nice.
And in one of them, he like broke the old title, and like it was just him being serious, and then he just didn't get to do anything.
Such pro. That's one of their missed opportunities.
One of the biggest.
Zack Ryder.
He could have made so much money.
He did. He did make them so much money.
Outsold John Cena.
Yeah. Outsold the face of the company.
The Rock was standing in the ring, and people were chanting for Zack Ryder. Think about that. The Rock.
One of the most famous wrestlers.
Yeah, and then The Rock said, "Oh yeah, Zack Ryder, woo woo woo, all that. I love it." And that wasn't the moment Vince goes, "Oh man, Zack Ryder, I should really push this guy.
Should really do
Not
something
push
with
him
him.
off of the freaking stage in a wheelchair."
It's
God,
crazy because
man.
even Matt Cardona himself, he just says how it's that was the downfall of his career.
It was. I mean,
Because it was. But for him to
what
like
a heel
acknowledge it like
maneuver on
that,
John Cena's part.
I I really hate the fact that they did the major wrestling podcast and they go around and you know do what they love to do for fun, collect toys. And the WWE network and the YouTube channel made them do it, and it seemed a little bland because like they couldn't really be themselves.
Well,
They
yeah,
had to like censor themselves to a degree.
yeah.
But like, for a while, I would just binge like them toy hunting or just their podcast, and it was great. And then I'd find the ones that were on the WWE, and I was like, it has a weird vibe to it.
Yeah, it's just because I mean I'm sure WWE took a large portion of any money that they would make off of that, and they would also probably like be like, you can't talk down about any WWE action figure product or anything like, and I'm sure they made it super corporate and sad. So it was probably like all the hype was drained completely from them.
Yeah, yeah,
Like it's just sad.
it is sad. But look at them now. They're both.
Yeah.
I mean, Matt Cardona. Hopefully, he signed with Impact.
Oh, he is.
Oh, he did. He signed. It wasn't
Yeah,
just
I mean, he's there. Like, and I think he said he signed a contract on his Twitter.
I mean, yeah,
And
he was also there with AEW. But
Brian Myers also said that he just signed an Impact deal and he got a good amount of money. And he like tweeted out and said, "Impact, this is the best decision you've ever made in your life. You signed a workhorse in the prime of his life." And he was like,
he is.
he was hungry, dude. He was
I mean,
hungry. Brian Myers is gonna really have a good year, man.
the hype, dude. Brian Myers is so underrated. I think.
Oh, he's so underrated. I can't believe they made him have a losing streak in WWE. He even looked cool. He looked like a great wrestler, and he still does.
I love the
But
fact that he still wears the same
losing
like gear.
Oh yeah,
His
I mean it
new
looks
gear
great.
looks so sick. The black.
Yeah,
The fact that
he,
his gimmick is he's the most professional wrestler.
yeah,
Amazing.
it's like fun.
It's
It
great.
literally is just like, guys, I'm here to wrestle and win, and it's like it's so basic, but it's like
It works.
it's so fresh somehow.
It just works.
Yeah, it does.
Because like that's the thing when like I guess Moxley I like so much as well because it's so simple.
Yeah,
And like they're not like trying to be like rambunctious with their gimmick. They're not trying to be like over the top. Like
yeah.
it's
They're
a
not trying to make
simplicity.
gold dust with a ball gag in his mouth.
god, that
They're
was
trying to just let him be. Oh, I'm here to wrestle and
talk
beat
shit as
people up
much as you want about
and win.
Goldust. That shit was over.
Oh, it was so over.
It
He was so against doing it until the reaction
until
happened.
he figured out how to make the character work.
Yeah,
It was great.
good on him.
Good, dude, he took a shitty
But
gimmick and ran.
yeah, well, just like his father. Vince gave him polka dots to make
Oh
fun of
my
him, and
god.
he made the
I
polka
think
dots something really cool.
I think Vince just had it out for the Rhodes family.
Oh, 100%, because of the work with WCW.
It has to have
But
been.
it's just petty. I mean, it's sad. It really is. Like every step of the way, Vince McMahon has never cared about pro wrestling. He's cared about his pocket. Vince McMahon had like the most lucrative year he's ever had in his life,
And it's
ever,
because of the
literally
pandemic.
ever, because of the pandemic. He didn't have to spend any money on travels. He didn't have to spend any money
And
on
then he
like
cut
paying the wrestlers for live events. He just had to pay them their contracts,
then he cut the
and
roster.
it's just sad. Yeah, and he cut like half the roster. Yeah,
It should be elite.
it should be. It really should be.
It should
But
be.
it's just terrible. He literally made so much money, and he didn't like. It honestly feels like he didn't spend a dime to better the product.
No. Which
Because in my
sucks.
opinion, 2020 was probably one of the worst years for WWE, like show wise.
Oh yeah,
I can't really.
there's no fans.
I don't remember anything like that memorable other than like Undertaker, Edge, and like the very obvious ones that are like these are great moments. And yeah, Drew McIntyre broke out and had a great year, but it just didn't really feel like special.
Yeah, what absolutely like boggles my mind is that AEW figured out a way to have fans back and properly do protocol. Like, dude, the protocol for like them is insane. When we went for the 30-year
Yeah.
Jericho,
Yeah.
it was insane. It was crazy. Like, we had to like stand in line. We had to social distance in line, and like they did bag check and they're like, okay, stand here, and they like remote took your temperature like with like a thing, and like you had to do your tickets, and like obviously the tickets were digital, so like there was no like thing involved with that. Just scan the ticket, go in, and like
That's awesome.
and like whenever you bought your tickets, your row was reserved for you, and then you
Yeah.
had 6 feet to
Apart from
the
every ticket. Yeah.
right from you, 6 feet to the left of you, 6 feet from behind you, and 6 feet from in front of you.
Yeah.
So
And
like
it just makes sense.
yeah, it was like they forced social distancing, and it worked. All they did was rope off seats.
Yeah.
That's all they did. They put
That's all you have to do.
that's all they did was put rubber bands around the seats so you couldn't you'd be properly distanced from everybody else.
But no, WWE can't do that because they don't want to just have their shows at one spot with fans because then no one will buy tickets the next time because all the fans that wanted to go the first time already went, which
Well,
isn't true.
also-
people would literally go.
They heavily enforced the mask rule. There's people standing in every little pod. There's people in that were, all they did was look to see people taking their mask off. And if
That's
someone
amazing.
even pulled it down, you got yelled at saying, "Hey, put your mask back on right now." Like
That's amazing.
it was great. Honestly, it was very safe. And for that being like my first pro wrestling event, I don't think it could have been
That's
any
crazy
better.
to think about.
I don't think it could have been any
We need
better.
to go to an event when COVID is over.
Yeah,
We got to go to like a really good event. Like we got to find a pay-per-view at like level thing, and we got to like
we could just go
really
to one of
scope it out.
AEW's pay-per-views.
yeah. Oh,
'Cause
100%.
dude,
Yeah,
no,
any of
like
them.
I'm telling you,
Literally.
like they do like the protocol really well. Like even New Japan does it.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Like I'm looking right now, and they have so many people in the crowd.
Yeah. I can't believe we're about to have a Royal Rumble. With no
I just
fans.
don't understand how WWE hasn't brought fans back after seeing AEW do it. Like how could they not have been like, oh, we can do
I'll
that?
tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Because they spent so
I'll
much
tell you
money on the
exactly why.
Thunderdome.
No, not that. Vince absolutely loves what they're doing with the Thunderdome. He doesn't have to worry about crowd reaction because he boots in his own thing, and there's no like, oh, they have to hate this guy. I can just make them boo. He loves the control. He's not gonna give it. I hate to say it. I don't think he's gonna go back to like fans every single thing.
I mean, he
for a
already said
while.
they're getting rid of the 205 Heat shows, wasn't it?
Yeah, the live events.
The live events, yeah.
I think he loves the control.
You think
how
he's
he
just
can-
gonna have fans at the big pay-per-views and that's it?
I think he's just gonna have him at pay-per-views. I could totally see that happening. It'd be terrible. It'd be the saddest thing in the world, but that would really kill them too. But I feel like he loves having
Having
like the
the
fake fan
absolute
homes.
control over what
Yeah,
is over and
because
what's
it's like
not.
like Roman is a heel now, so it's
Because
like
like
he is
look with like
ultra
Goldberg
booed.
and everything come out, they had like everyone like boo and everything, but
Well,
like
if
if
it was like
if
real
fans
fans
were
were there,
there, they
they
would be
would have booed Goldberg, and they'd
screaming.
be cheering Roman Reigns,
Yeah.
and
But
they'd be
like,
cheering Paul Heyman.
and that's another thing that I like really like about AEW is the fact that they, Tony Khan realizes that fans are what make the
Make the show.
product.
Yeah,
Like
the
obviously,
most basic understanding.
like like storylines and like the wrestling and everything.
Hey,
But
what are you talking about? WWE knows that. Do you not remember when Shane and Stephanie and Triple H were all standing up on the ring and they were like, "We make this show for you. This is the beginning of a new era. We are gonna do what's best for the fans." Yeah, because that happened. Because that happened. And then right after
clown
that,
nose falls
Shinsuke
down on his
Nakamura
face.
was kicking people in the balls. Saddest thing in the world, man. You have Shinsuke Nakamura who can throw the nastiest freaking Kinshasa, and you're like, let's just have him kick him in the nuts.
We'll just do low blows. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
screw
It'll
it.
work. It'll work. It'll work. You know why it'll work? Because I said it'll work. So it'll work.
Yeah,
It'll work.
because balls, funny.
Haha, he got kicked in the nuts. The kids will love it.
Yeah. Oh man.
It sucks. It sucks. I also think
Look forward to Mania.
reason I like AEW is because I got my dad back into wrestling a little bit with
Yeah,
AEW
so
because
obviously it's good.
it would like it's good and then like just good memories with that.
Oh, of course.
Watching wrestling with him again was like the craziest thing.
I mean, AEW is a good product when it can bring someone who probably hadn't watched wrestling in 10, 15 years back to watching wrestling.
Yeah.
Like that's not easy to do because most people who watched wrestling in the early 2000s thinks that it's completely a kid's show now.
Yeah, no, he did.
So,
Like he did.
yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
and he was like, oh wow. He's like, so you tell me like, he's like, you tell me Dusty Rhodes' sons made their own company. And I was like,
Yeah.
yes. He's like,
God, Dusty would be so proud.
he was like, what? He's like, are you serious? He goes, I think that's the coolest thing ever. And I started watching it. I got him watching. He's like, he's like, it's good. He's like, it's good. He goes, I like it better than WWE. He goes, and I like Jericho better than anything he did in WWE. He goes, this is he said, this is the most I've liked Jericho.
Wow.
It's just crazy.
I think his initial run in the company pretty much matched his run when he first got in the company with WWE.
Oh, with
when he was doing like
Y2J.
the Rock promos and he beat the Rock and Stone Cold at the same night.
Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah, and I think it's time for Jericho to retire though.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I really want him to go on commentary because I love him on commentary. I think he's the best on commentary.
Oh yeah,
he's amazing.
Let him talk forever.
Yeah, literally. Dude, I listen to his podcast all the time. I love just listening to him talk. Like, it's crazy, but like he's 50. He's not able to move as much as he used to be.
Oh man, I always forget how old he is.
Yeah, Christopher Daniels is the same age. He's like 52.
He's always done like kind of like not too dangerous.
Yeah,
kind of like Randy Orton, where it's like Randy's gonna have a long career no matter what.
Same with Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah.
Except whenever
he still looks great too.
They took the chair shot in the brother match, Cody versus Dustin, and his head he lost like a gallon of blood because the head was just bleeding so much. That's where the picture of them both covered in blood came from.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I think
he looks great. He puts on some of the best matches.
Oh,
and I can't
this late in his career, he just opened up his own wrestling academy.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be great.
It's like Rhodes Wrestling Academy or something like that. So they both have their own wrestling academies, like wrestling schools.
That's amazing.
Cody Rhodes has the Nightmare Factory. And yeah, it's crazy.
They're gonna spawn so many great wrestlers.
Oh, dude. Oh, I miss Chris Statlander in AEW. Brian Myers trained her.
Wow, I don't doubt that at all. Brian Myers is a great wrestler, and he's never got to showcase that really.
No, because he's been buried his
Yep.
entire career,
Literally his entire career.
except for the Edgeheads. I'll give him that.
But that wasn't really like he never really got to have anything crazy. It was just kind of like good moments.
Yeah.
Now
like Pops.
look at him. He's about to do crazy
They're
things with
about
Impact. I wouldn't be shocked if he had the Impact title, like the world title, like within the next month.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Kenny's about to